My name is Julia, and today I am confused that I did not connect with this 10-year-old game meant for children. Surskit. I feel nothing for this game. Before I talk about that, I want to talk about the two things that really stood out. One is the worst thing I've ever seen in a Pokemon game, and two is the worst feature in any Pokemon game, which I deeply love, okay? It's so stupid that it wraps back around to me being obsessed with it. So let's get it out of the way. Worst thing in any Pokemon game. I hate this so much. It's distracting. It's this zoom. That character is 10. Look at it zoom in on her butt. No! Who let that go through? My favorite thing about this game, which is not good, is this inexplicable Pokemon musical. Maybe supposed to be its answer to contests, but it's a failure in every single way. It's not interactive at all. You hit two different buttons once. You hit the button on the bottom screen that's just the cane, and then you hit the button on the bottom screen that is the guitar, and then you just stand there and you watch those Pokemon sprites bounce up and down to music for like 3 minutes. I was convinced that I would see the giant drop off on my graph of user data if I made you guys sit through this entire thing. Even though I want to for a fact, because it is so long, you don't do anything, you just watch them bounce. Okay, well, that was weird. There's a point to this, right? So I get out of it. They just say well, you were the most dapper, but you were the most elegant. I see you, you were adorable. Then you leave. Leave. They don't give you anything. They don't give you points. You're just done. That's it. You participated in that inexplicable musical entirely for the love of it. So, there's the butt shot. The Pokemon musical that has no point. You saw my chonky boy go. He killed it. Blastoise. So the plot, there's a team and they're like, we shouldn't be enslaving these sentient beings. What are you guys doing? And then I'm like, oh yeah, Pokemon's questionable. So often they're like, no, but your Pokemon love you. And I'm like, I have 4 of them enslaved in a box. I don't love half of these. I loved the Oshawott until it turned into a walrus, and then I abandoned it because it was a walrus. Its name was Romper, and it had been adorable, and I loved it, and I was so disappointed, and now it's just my slave forever. No, seriously, you should take them all from me. I'm thinking this. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of a monster in this game. They should definitely get rid of me, right? The game just has to be like, just kidding. They were evil all along. They were doing, that thing that conservatives always say, that it's like, oh, everyone's just trying to take my guns so that they can have all the guns, and then triple question mark. Profit. Plot does that. The plot ends up being that they're lying about Pokemon welfare because they want to have all the Pokemon and you have no Pokemon? Triple question mark. Profit. They're already very rich and seem to just do whatever they want. I don't know why they need to bother with any of this. Also, I have a box full of slave monsters. I am 10. I think you should stop me. At some point, a green-haired guy, I'm not using names, I didn't like this game, I don't remember them. A green-haired guy traps you on a Ferris wheel and informs you that he is the king of this Pokemon PETA group. I had thought I already knew he was involved with them. It was supposed to be a big reveal that you took seriously. The king. I was just sitting there like, yep, I thought you two were introduced at the same time, and ergo we're this. Okay. So that's the plot. I hear they fixed some of the plot in White 2. White 2 is $100. Patreon me or something. I don't have a Patreon. You can send it to me if you desperately, desperately want me to do White 2. For some reason, you don't. I don't have anything to say about White. Why would I have anything to say about White 2? I've been playing through the endgame recently. I know, I should have reviewed it after I had the endgame, but I was dreading doing it and haven't wanted to, so that seemed like an answer. It is cool. It's actually challenging. Cynthia shows up. Cynthia is the best one. Fight me. She kicked my ass. I was honored. I got to fight her. Yes, this should be in every endgame. The endgame is Cynthia reminds you you suck. And then you're like, yes, mom. I don't know what the girl version of Yes, Daddy is. I just couldn't get swept up in this adventure. I enjoyed the part where you were exploring a desert, and the swamp, and quite a few. I got stuck in a crystal cave. That was neat. There were a lot of small moments that I really liked in this game. That's why I was confused that I didn't love it, because there were definitely elements of this game that I really, really liked. It just never quite came together for me. I don't know if that was on me, if that was partly because I just didn't connect with my team because they weren't cute enough and I'm a monster. It had a good Victory Road. I liked Victory Road. I liked that whole segment. I took a long time because I didn't like my initial team. I ended up grinding in Victory Road for quite a long time to get a couple Pokemon I liked a little bit more up to higher levels. So I don't know. I'm gonna definitely play around in the end game and see if I can't get attached. I mean, I'll have my Blastoise, I'll have my Eagle friend, and I'll have my Moth. Like, I just want to rule the world with a fire moth, which again is why I shouldn't be allowed to enslave monsters for my own gain. PCs kept being like, but you are pure of heart, you wouldn't take over the world with a fire moth, and I was like, what would? Maybe it's just that I've been locked in my room for like a solid year. I'm on White. A game that existed, and if you're like, that's wrong, it's the best one, yeah, probably. I just suck, right? I don't know. Someone in the comments just yell at me. Ugh. But on the plus side, Chonky Boy. Look at him go. Do 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 do